Want to? I'll start by saying I'm with Dan and Maggie from Gibbon, Minnesota. I'm Johnny Fish. I grow memorial sunflower gardens across Minnesota. This is our 7th year, and I've been working with you guys for a couple of years now. Tell us about Gibbon, Minnesota.
It is a very rural area. We have 700 people, and very nice, quiet, quaint, no frills, simple, easy living.
You've got a lot of nice little shops around town. A little popcorn shop. You got a couple of pubs.
Yep. A new brewery.
A new brewery. Man. And a quilt shop that draws a lot of people there.
Yeah, that's great. So for people that don't know where Gibbon is, do you want to describe a little bit about where you're placed in the state?
Easiest would be in between Hutchinson and New Ulm. It's kind of a half hour each way. Hour north of Mankato.
Nice. So people coming from the cities, how far away?
Highway 19.
Highway 19.
Yeah.
And you're about an hour west of the cities?
Hour west of Eden Prairie.
Okay,
Yeah.
there you go. Sweet. Well, guys, how did you hear about Fish Sunflowers, and what got you or what motivated you to get involved?
We had gone north for a vacation and seen the field, and then said, "Oh, we should stop there," and then we lost it. And then the second time we went up north, then we purposely found some fields, and it was my son and I think we did 3 of them that day, and they were all pretty close to each other. One was the church, and then we actually saw you at the one with the greenhouse and the airplane, Snoopy's airplane.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Got it.
And then there was free ice cream there, so my son thought it was great. And yeah, it was fun just to tour the field and then meet you. And we talked a little bit about it because, I'm like, well, it'd be fun to have a field of sunflowers, but had no idea what was involved and didn't know you would go out and do it.
Yeah.
But then just kind of followed you on Facebook and then realized that you actually did go places. And so tried to find a field for you.
Yeah, no, and you did. I remember you being very, very adamant. Like, you got to come and do this. You got to come and do this. We want you to come here. What are you looking for?
I wasn't that pushy.
You know what? You weren't that pushy, but you were excited, and I could tell you really wanted to help. And you said that you had a ton of help. And a lot of people say that, like, they say they can help or they can volunteer, and it's hard. Mm-hmm. It's hard for a lot of people to follow through with with life in general. A lot going on, a lot of variables to get to volunteer for somebody, if that makes sense. But you guys jumped right on and took off. And Dan, you've helped me last year. You've helped this year. Yep. Tell us a little bit about how you contributed.
I work for the local co-op in town, and you asked for some fertilizer and some chemicals. So I approached my supervisor and told him what our ideas were, and he thought it was a wonderful idea. So he jumped right on, and so we worked out some donations through the co-op, and we've gotten it done. Yeah, yep.
Who is Otto?
Otto Hartman is
Otto helped out.
Yeah, he was the one who rented the land through the city.
That's right.
And he's been doing all the tilling for us. He worked down the last year's field, and he must have worked that about 3 times, I think.
So we got to do a big shout out. What's his last name?
Hartman.
Otto Hartman.
Otto
Awesome.
Hartman. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, he lives just south of town, and a very, very big contributor. So
good. He has been, and I know you guys have mentioned him a time or two. Your community is super tight, and when you say that we got help, like you truly did, and Otto was one of those guys. Ern, man, you want to name just a couple of guys that helped out? There's just a pile of them. They're so accommodating and helpful.
Yeah,
the fire department.
Fire department. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, man.
Yep. And the Augustana Church letting us use their parking lot. That's always big for us.
Yeah, I know that there's a gal that left a little note for me last year on my seat with $20, and that was pretty encouraging.
Yeah.
Tell me about this artist that's down in your neck of the woods that helped us out with the Minions last year.
Ann Hartman. So another Hartman.
Awesome.
Relation.
Cool.
She was painting the Minions for our Fun Fest that we have in July, and I don't remember how many she actually made, but I think there was at least 60 of them.
Yeah, there was.
And they had a raffle of them, and so then everybody got them, and they got distributed to people's homes.
Yeah.
And so, of course, we had to bring them back to the sunflower field because they were just fun. But then everybody who came to the sunflower field was like, oh, these are so neat. Well, go around the whole town and find more, because the businesses had them. And yeah,
cool.
It was very cool. And it
Super
was
unique.
fun to, there's still people who come and look for the minions.
Yep.
Really cool. I remember kissing one. I kissed a minion and
Because it came and sat on your tractor.
That was cool. So what people don't know, or the individuals that are hearing this that don't know, a lot of these locations, they're raw ground. Like they're raw, there's roots, there's rocks, there's pipe, there's concrete, there's every bit of material from the previous building, shed, pasture that was left behind. And back in the day, they buried things. They burnt things and they buried things. That's a fact of life, right?
Yeah. Yep.
So to go in and to clean all those lots up and to work that ground from start to finish, it was a lot of work to begin with, but it was a lot of work when you start doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 16. And to have you guys reach out and say, hey, we can help. This might be a good idea to get involved in the community, more community themed, community based, community supported. And it really kind of was like the light bulb went off. Like that is the future of this mission. And that is to spread hope and positivity, connect community together through a simple flower. And you guys have helped make that happen. So working the ground and the fertilizer and the spray this year, and just giving me updates and connecting with your community, and then connecting all these different businesses around and being a voice for this. And to make it happen, Meg, is pretty cool.
Oh, they're very excited.
So last year was a success, I would say, big time.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
So
big success.
I think you had the best flowers of the year. I mean,
It was a pretty nice field.
It was beautiful. So last year we themed it.
Yes.
You themed it. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, we went with Alzheimer's because they have a very large voice in Gibbon.
Yeah.
So, and this year their theme is music for memories. And we have a big concert coming as well.
Should have gotten you a Kleenex.
That's fine. That's fine. We also have a big concert coming. Jay Allen is coming, and it's going to time in pretty close to when the field is blooming.
Cool.
So we're very excited about that. So with the Music for Memories theme, then we've added that into the field. We're putting up a wall for the kids to bang pots and, get all noisy with. And then last year we had the flowers from Alzheimer's that you could sign that they use on their walks.
Yeah.
But with the music theme this year, it's purple notes that will be cut out of cardboard that are along one of the trails that people can sign.
That's great.
So just to tie in the theme.
So just personally, it was just mind blowing to have you guys support as much as you have, and to line everybody up and to pull this off, to come in and help with the trails and then to say, hey, you're going to do like a walk, this special areas for a walk. And we want to do this area a little wider to bring some of these grandmas and grandpas and people struggling through the fields.
Well, that's our hope.
Safely.
We'll see how the field gets there.
There's a gal that helped out with some signs. Did you mention her name? Remember she made some nice signs?
Oh, Amy.
Amy.
Yep.
Ame, she's got a nice little shop down there too.
Well, she does it in her backyard.
Backyard.
Yep.
So, but she does a great job.
But she sells her signs through some businesses.
Right, yeah,
and
through the
on Main
hardware
Street.
store and the art store.
We'll definitely share some of her information out there.
And she
Support her.
did. She does have the sign to direct us to the field again this year.
I noticed that.
And we'll put that on the highway when it gets closer.
That's great. So last year, super successful, great turnout. You had a check-in, a book you actually checked in with all the names, which is really cool.
It was great to see.
What does a day-to-day, what's day-to-day look like down there during the field, bloom and everything?
You really had no clue there were that many people there, ever, because there was always parking available, but the field was so big and there were so many trails that you had no clue there could have been 500 people there. You never felt crowded. It was never long lines or having to wait or find a quiet spot. It was very casual. It's very happy. Everybody was having a great time.
Good. When I visited a couple times, it seemed like it was busy, a good turnout. You had this little journal, this little book that people could sign up, and I thought it was a great idea.
It was just fun to see where people came from. I mean, every corner of the United States, we had some that came from overseas, and you would have never known there were even that many people there because it never was crowded or didn't feel crowded.
What was your favorite time of the day? I mean, what would you say is the best day?
Evening.
Best time?
Yeah.
Evening, yeah. When we could both go to the field and kind of feel like hosts and just
And watch
visit
the
with
butterflies.
people. Yeah, visit
Man,
with
you
people.
guys had
Yeah.
so many butterflies last year.
Yeah, because they were migrating, and that was more the evening show.
Nice.
And there were a lot of people from the community that just came and hung out every night down there.
Yeah.
They'd come by in their
That's
golf
the
carts
fun.
with the ice cream cones and just sit there and visit.
Yeah. Was there are a couple of questions that are probably going to be a little bit tougher for you to answer, but I'm going to ask you this one. What was one story? Was there something that really stuck out last year above all other stories and above all other people, that someone that you met through this that just was
photographer from the cities that
Yeah, I
you
do
had.
have a photographer that I keep in contact with.
Yeah.
And that was a lot of fun. And she's coming back to do some special shots that she's like, find me some families. I'm like, okay. And
Do you
she
want
just-
to do you want to tell us a little bit about that? Like that you met her and
Well,
you just
she showed up, or she was taking pictures the one night, and that was when the butterflies were really popular. And like you said, we were just being hosts and hostess, and we just walked around and visited, and if people wanted to talk, you talked. And we introduced each other, and we visited for a little bit, and then she's like, I'm going to come back again. I'm like, okay, great. And it just happened that we saw her the next time, and she brought her niece with, and it was just a lot of fun to,
She would
just-
always stay to the end to get the sunset.
Yeah.
As a sunset, if you're standing in the right spot, you can catch the sun setting with the sunflower field. So,
yeah. But you couldn't get a sunrise. There was no sunrise, but because the town was in the way.
photographers, there's a lot of them that come out, and it's really cool to see their art behind the camera.
Right.
I mean, they're total artists.
Yeah.
And I've met so many that are so unbelievably talented, but you end up meeting like their spouses, boyfriends, girlfriends, their kids, and man, they're just amazing. So it's that's, I got to say, like a lot of the people you meet out there, the photographers, man, they represent so many families and so many people and so many stories, and they share that with you. And it's been just a trip. It's been wild. Who is the most influential person in your life? I know it's going to be tough. It might be hard. It might be easy.
Just in general.
In general, to you, is there someone in your life that's been just super inspirational to you? It's been influential. I know it's amazing how people have a hard time answering that. Everybody knows.
You didn't give me that question.
I did not. But there's got to be someone that's been really inspirational to you.
You got one?
You know, one that stands out.
well, through our faith, I would say, would be one person who inspires us to do what we do.
Yeah.
Parents are always a good influence on everybody. So, yeah.
Yeah.
How about you? Is there someone or something that stands out more than others?
I think anybody more than others.
Well, I mean, just, I don't know, like, there's so many inspirational people out there, but sometimes there's like that person that's just like, whew. And I would say one of them is my grandfather, right? Why? Well, this, and this, but,
I don't really have any. Not like one specific that comes out.
okay. It's good. Just a lot.
I mean, my
lot of great
parents
people.
were very influential on us, and probably even for us wanting to be as active in the community is probably because of my parents, so maybe that's on that route, but.
Nice. I asked you earlier about last year and like the theme, and I don't know if we really touched in on why that really spoke to you in the community.
There's a lot of it there's a lot of members of the community who are taking care of others with this right now.
Yeah.
And so it's, they do a lot of fundraisers. This Team Gibbon for Alzheimer's, or Walk for Alzheimer's. The fundraisers that they do, and they just promote themselves everywhere, and everybody knows that it's there. And they take care of family members that have it, and they were very prominent people in the community too. So it's something that everybody knows about. And so that's why it was just like, hey, let's do that.
Everyone can get behind it.
Right.
And they believe in it and they see it. People that are running that. It's great.
Yeah.
This year we're gonna do
Same thing.
theme.
Yep.
Same theme. You give us kind of a sneak peek of what people can expect down there with some notes. Is there anything else that might show up down there?
Well, the pianos, of course. Oh, well, so we've added this year, instead of the minions, we're going with the gnomes.
The gnomes.
And last year it was Anne that painted all of the minions, but this year we opened it up to the community and had painting parties, and members of the community and business owners came in and painted their own, and they will be showcasing them at the businesses, at their homes, and in the field. So one of the treats for the kids is where actually one of the corners will be like a gnome village where there's actually a little gnome house and a fence and table and chairs and place for the kids to hang out and pretend they're gnomes.
That's great. When people come out to the field, they want like latest and greatest information. There's a Gibbon community page. That there's some information out there. I'm sure when people come to town, there might be some promotional things there that, hey, come check out this place, come check out that place. This fall, I guess it's kind of safe to say this fall, right? This concert. Tell me more about the concert and this festival a little bit.
Well, Jay Allen is a country singer, and he wrote this. I don't know the name of the song, but wrote one for his mother who had it. I can't remember what the name is. But that was the big reason for pushing to get him to come, and he's going to do the song first in Mankato because they have their walk that day, and then the whole concert on Main Street in Gibbon.
It's a concert. Is there going to be any other activities that day or that weekend? Besides
they'll have a live auction.
Well, I think it's online.
It's an online auction. Yeah. Okay. They have an auction but he's a Nashville recording artist, so he is. So his name is out there, and it sounds like a good time there. There is an admission to get in, and I believe a lot of the funds are going back to the Alzheimer's, and
that's great.
So there is a fee to get in, but it should be a great day, and I think the sunflowers are going to be
right around that time.
One around.
Maybe crack it open here a little bit.
Yeah,
get people's eyes and attention on the community, and they can check out the Gibbon community page. I'm sure for
everything's
information.
on the City of Gibbon.
So there'll be like some promotional things. Some
the flyers are out already.
So check that out, guys, and we'll make sure we put that online and stuff for everybody. I got to ask you one more question before we go, and that is, what is your hope for people to take away from the Gibbon field?
Good memories. Because that was the best part about last year was that everybody was in such a good mood. You know, everybody you encountered was happy. It's like, okay, why not?
Yeah.
So that was my favorite part.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of work, and we're there all the time, but it was worth it.
Yeah, we are there.
Yeah. We want
a lot of times. Yeah. Between her and her parents living across the road, they got to enjoy it too, just for the mere fact of socializing. And it was really surprising how many large buses that would bring up shut-ins from the New Ulm or area towns that would come out and enjoy it during the afternoons, and we would hear a lot of those stories from her parents because they would be out there visiting with them, and so it was kind of fun. We got to hear a lot of positivity of it.
You both have wonderful hearts, and I love the emotion. Like your emotion and you care, and we just mentioned a little bit about these flowers, these fields, and you just get all emotional. You make me want to cry. But
sorry.
I can just tell you're in love with it and you do like it.
Oh yeah,
and I know personally,
and our community really enjoys it.
Yeah, and I know personally, Maggie, communicate with Maggie, and it's not always easy to get a hold of me. And I'm bouncing around. I'm in the pinball machine. So thank you for being patient with me.
We have one now in town.
Good. Where can you find that?
At the brewery.
All right, there you go. Oh, the new brewery in town. That's right.
Yeah. And we've been trying to drop in his ear, to get some type of themed beer for the week or for the couple weeks that it's open, and he was kind of him and Han and thinking about it. So it'll be kind of fun to see what he comes up with.
Yeah. You guys have been extremely supportive, and just thanks for being great friends. I mean, really, it's been a pleasure getting to know you, and I'm looking forward to the Gibbon field. And we are probably about a week and a half, couple weeks out. I guess we should mention that, a couple weeks out, and then
Labor Day.
Yeah, so we'll just see what happens. It's moisture, it's the heat, temperature, right? It's all that. But the field's looking good. It's going to make it. Right.
According to the growth chart, it's doing very well.
All right.
We figure a couple inches every day.
Nice.
Is what it's been showing.
It's good. So again, we'll post some information about how to get a hold of people in the city of Gibbon. Do's, don'ts, some additional information about this festival coming up, concert, and we'll go from there. So thank you guys for joining us. Thank you for coming up and just sharing a little bit. And thank you for your help. So
absolutely.
Rock and roll.
It's worth it.